Hi everyone, Steve Brown here, and what I'm about to show you will help your business grow, and it will take the pressure off marketing your business off your shoulders. In fact, I'll show you some evidence later on that will actually blow your mind, because it's evidence of real local businesses achieving extraordinary success with simple but strategic marketing strategies. And whether you became, an entrepreneur through choice or circumstances, the one thing you always hoped for was to build your own business. A business that you could be proud of, and a business that would let you have the lifestyle you've always desired. What you didn't want to do was just create a job for yourself. And this often happens because you, as the business owner, can't generate enough customers, clients, or leads to grow and build your business. This in turn then makes it uneconomical for you to run the business, and you actually end up in your business as an employee. So my one aim with this free training is to show you how to achieve a constant flow of new customers or new clients or new leads, for your business, using an all-in-one local business marketing system. It's what I use for my clients on a day-to-day basis. I'll show you how to take 5 steps to building your local, business marketing system. You'll learn how to strategically set up a semi-automated marketing system that requires little or no marketing skills. And it's a system that will only take you 20 to 30 minutes per day. And what I love about it, it's a marketing system that provides a constant flow of new customers or clients, or leads. Because client acquisition or new customers is the lifeblood of any business, and the one area of running a business that, on the surface appears to get more and more complex every day. And then to compound that, most business owners have never received marketing training or any other sales skills, and yet you're expected to build a business. Well, the good news is you're going to cover some of that in these 3 videos. But before you do, let's just understand what it is you are trying to achieve. It's hard enough to run the operational side of a business, dealing with customers, dealing with clients, ordering stock, dealing with your staff, or managing it on your own, just depending on the size of your business. And you have to deal with these operational issues as well as marketing your business. Now, I hope you picked up on that last sentence there, marketing your business. I don't use that term lightly, because that is where so many small business owners go wrong and spend so much of their time and their energy trying to drum up new customers or clients to keep the business alive. Wouldn't you rather have a strategic plan that delivers a constant flow of new business so that you can concentrate on building your business? Well, that's what you're about to cover, a simple 5-step plan that, once you've implemented it, will have your business work for you instead of you working for your business. Now, before you get started, I want to emphasize one thing. This isn't some kind of magic pill. It's not a get-rich-quick formula. It's not a lottery win. What you're about to see through all this training and implement it into your business will genuinely help you generate cash flow and profit for your business. So before I get into the depth of it, I think I ought to give you a bit of background about myself as to why you should even be listening to me. Who is Steve Brown? Now, I'm not going to bore you with all of my history, but I do think it's important you know something about me. So very quickly, I joined Ford Motor Company as an apprentice, but I always thought I wanted to be in management like my father, because he was one of the managers in the Ford plant in Swansea. And because I was young and impatient, I left Ford to join a retail company that sold car parts to the public, very similar to Halfords. Within 3 years, I was the regional manager for South Wales. I was responsible for 16 retail outlets right across the whole of South Wales, from Ebervale, Cardiff, Newport, Barry, right across West Wales as far as Carmarthen in the west. The problem was the workload was destroying me, and I had a very young family, so I had to leave that job and actually go into direct sales. And anyone who's ever been involved in direct sales will know how hard it can be, especially when the direct sales you were in is the financial services industry, where all you actually sell is a piece of paper and a promise. And I was in that direct selling environment for about 8 years, but an opportunity came up to go back into Ford Motor Company. And I knew that when the opportunity arose, I'd be able to go back into management. So this actually happened because after I got back into Ford, so I went back in as a tradesman, but within a couple of years, the opportunities came up to get into the management side of things. So I spent the majority of my time there as a supervisor, helping run the Swansea plant, which had an annual turnover in those days of just over $200 million. And on the side, as a hobby, I was in partnership running 2 jazz and blue themed coffee bars. I was also a UEFA C licensed football coach, and I was helping set up and run the ladies and girls football teams at Swansea City, which I did for a few years. And it was after I'd given up the coaching side of the football that I started online, looking online as for a hobby. What could I do? And that's when I started doing affiliate marketing, selling other people's products through websites and making money that way. In fact, I had at one stage well over 200 different websites running. But what then happened was I realised then that there was no way to just carry on, because it can be quite boring just working on your own from an office in your home, no matter how much money you're making. So I went to see a couple of local friends who I knew had businesses, and I just asked them if I could help them use the internet to make money, for their local business, show them how to use it effectively, and see if I could help them. And to be honest, it just exploded from there, because I enjoyed helping them. I enjoyed the response I got back, the feedback I got from them when it all worked for them, and it just exploded. So now I have local business clients. I run workshops for local business owners. I speak and train at various local business events, and generally just love working with local business owners. So I don't want to bore you with any more about me. That's a little bit about my background. Let's focus on what you're going to learn. I've already said that you're going to create a 5-step marketing plan. So what do I mean when I talk about a simple 5-step marketing plan? Well, as we've already stated, you want a plan that will make your marketing easier. In fact, what would help you enormously is if your marketing enables your products or services to be found easily when people are looking on Google, has people talking about you and your brand in your local town or your local city. You wanted to build a community around your business, a community of repeat buyers, of people referring you, of new customers, people who talk about your business positively and with enthusiasm. And you wanted to deliver a constant flow of new sales. After all, isn't that what we all want as local business owners? Well, that is what all of these training videos are all about. For any business to be successful, you want your potential customers or clients to find you easily when they decide that they need you. You want to build a business that has a good reputation, where people are talking about your business for the right reasons. And quite often, the real reason for poor service or delivery is because you are under a constant strain from cash flow, from marketing and just operating your business. So once you start having lots of new business, the extra cash flow starts to help you with these matters, because you can now afford to employ some staff or even more staff. Your business starts to develop, but it's the marketing and the new business that helps all of it grow and develop. Throughout any of my presentations, you will constantly hear me use the phrase, build a community around your business, and your community will build your business around you. And it's something I heard from a lady called Tina Williams, who is very good on the social marketing and marketing in general. But I love that phrase, build a community around your business and your community will build your business around you. And as you cover the 5 steps, to this endless supply of new customers or clients, you will see how important that phrase is to you as a local business. Now, one of the biggest problems we all have in business is noise. There's just so much marketing going on that is reached saturation point. You've only have to look at all the different marketing channels out there and you soon realize just how noisy it has become. We've got TV, we have national radio, we've got local radio, you've got national newspapers, local newspapers, magazines, local magazines, we have direct mail, we have flyers through the door, we have all these various different coupon sites that are out there. And then if you go online, with your online now, because that was just some of the offline marketing strategies that local business owners use. Because once you go online and you start looking at the web and the internet, it gets just as noisy. Because now you're talking about Facebook and email and online classified directories and then Twitter and pay-per-click, and I could go on with Pinterest and YouTube, and there are just so many different marketing channels. And these are just some of the marketing channels. So you see how you can easily use these, later, but I just want you to quickly mention one of these channels that I've got on here, pay-per-click. Now, we're not even going to cover pay-per-click in these videos, but I will show you how easy local marketing can be, because I am going to show you some real accounts later, and you'll be astounded at what you see. How many leads these companies get for so little money. And I find it frustrating that local business owners miss out on easy business. But we'll look at that later. We were talking about noise, and we've only scratched the surface. If we carry on looking at the online marketing channels that we have, we've mentioned some of them, but we've also got video marketing. There's Bluetooth marketing, mobile marketing, new social sites such as Pinterest. You've got networking sites such as LinkedIn. So where does all this noise leave you? I could go on, but the message I'm trying to get across here, that there are so many ways to put a message in front of your potential clients. So we want to overcome the challenge of all this noise, and at the end of the day, where does it leave you? It leaves you confused. And what makes it worse is that it's changing all the time. Because take what was considered the #1 marketing channel, television. There have been 2 massive changes due to the power of technology and because of the changes to our attention spans, which have diminished greatly because we have so many distractions now. There's so much noise going on. Our attention spans have diminished greatly. And I just want you to take a moment and think of your own habits. Because I, like many others, will now record my favourite programmes onto my Skybox. And I do it because I work hard, my time is precious, and it's just far more convenient for me to sit down and watch these programs when I'm ready. And what I love about watching these recorded programs is that I can skip through the adverts, and what would normally have taken me, say, an hour to watch can now be done in, say, 40 minutes? Now, does that sound familiar to you? Technology is putting the power into the consumer's hands. So companies that have always used television as their main form of advertising are now seeing diminishing returns, which is what brings me on to my second point. Have you noticed how the advertising on television has changed? Because the call to action on many of the television adverts is now to get you to interact on their social media channels, such as Facebook. Why? Because once they have you on their social channels, they can get their message to their market more effectively. This is also important to you as a local business owner. And you will see how, when and why we do this in the 5 steps. But Are you getting the picture that the old days of if you build it, they will come, they've gone? If you want a profitable and successful business, you have to market your business. But you also need to be able to market your business in a way that doesn't drain your time or your money resources. And you will see how you can achieve, all of this in the free training videos. Now, interestingly, there was a recent report carried out by the Cassidy group. And this report was conducted at the end of last year, the end of 2011. And it asked local business owners what they were spending their advertising budgets on. And for someone like myself who works with local business owners, it made very interesting reading. And I'll tell you why after you've had a look at these figures. Because what I also want to emphasize is that the report included 45% of small businesses of either just the owner or one or two staff. So this is a real good report that genuinely looks at one-man bands up to small businesses with 4, 5, 10 people. And let's have a look at these real and relevant figures. What were they spending their money on? What were they looking at marketing? Facebook, 35%. Email, 33%. Online classified directories, the specialist directories, 33%. Print classified directories, putting it actually into print in directories, 32%. Local newspapers and magazines, people were still spending 30%. Twitter, people were 18% of their marketing efforts were on Twitter, and pay-per-click was just 13%. Now, the reason I found these figures so fascinating and revealing is because in my experience of working with local business owners, they miss great opportunities to grow their business due to their lack of understanding how the online marketing works. I don't blame them. After all, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, no one's ever shown them. We'll be putting some of that right, as we go through these videos. So let me share with you some of my reactions and thoughts on, to the figures in this report. 35.1% are spending money on Facebook advertising. Now, let me say, at the outset, I love Facebook advertising for local businesses. I think it's a very powerful medium when it's used in the correct way. But I don't believe for one moment that, this 35% of people, I don't believe for one moment that they were using Facebook advertising in the right way. Because the problem with Facebook advertising is it is notoriously hard to convert it into customers. And when you think about it, and you think it through, it's obvious why. Because Facebook is a social site, and the people who use Facebook are going on Facebook to engage and interact with other people. They're not actually looking for anything, at that particular time. They weren't searching for anything like when you go on Google. So any advert that is placed on a Facebook page is actually an interruption. Think of it the same way as a magazine. Magazines are full of adverts, but the readers purchase the magazine to actually read the content. So any advert that they actually notice is by chance. It's an actual interruption to their reading cycle. So as you would expect, the conversion rates are much lower than, say, Google AdWords, where the user was actually going online searching for something. So when I see a figure of 35% using Facebook advertising, I know much of that is wasted advertising with very little conversion. That's not to say I don't recommend Facebook advertising, and it's quite the opposite, in fact, as I always recommend clients using Facebook advertising, but in a different, more profitable and strategic way, which, I haven't got time to go into just here. Then I look at the email figures, and again, they tell a story. Local businesses in the UK are so far behind the US when it comes to marketing channels, and email is a very effective marketing channel. You've only got to have a look at the major players and the marketing channels they use. I always say to my local business clients, don't reinvent the wheel. Look at what the big companies, the big boys do. And if you take Amazon, for example, they're the biggest seller on the internet. And if you buy something off Amazon the next thing you know, you're receiving emails from Amazon on a regular basis advising you of items and products that might be of interest to you. You know, it's an ongoing process with them. In fact, they know email marketing works so well that they can actually afford to lose money on your first purchase, knowing that they will make money over the long term, because once an Amazon buyer, always an Amazon buyer. Now, I'm not going to cover all of these figures, but again, just take a look at this last figure, the one for pay-per-click. It clearly demonstrates to me how much help local business owners need. If you were a business selling nationally, you know, across the UK, and asking me if I thought spending money on a Google AdWords campaign was good, I would probably say no, unless you had a very good sales funnel with a very good sales process and a good back end with multi-selling. And without going into too much detail of what a good back end means, you have to have a way to make money off the customer long term, so that you can afford to lose money acquiring the customer. Hence my previous comment about Amazon. They can afford to lose money up front, knowing that long term they get repeat buys, repeat buys, repeat buys. So if you ask me, was Google AdWords, was pay-per-click worth it nationally? Unless you've got a good sales funnel set up and a good back end, I would probably say no. You know, because these companies can afford to lose the money up front. Now, a local Google AdWords campaign is totally different. And when it's set up right, it's so profitable. And yet only 13% were using this particular marketing channel. That's criminal. It really is. I said earlier I would show you some success stories from local marketing, from real businesses achieving real results. You know, let's just take this client, for example. And I've protected the name of the person and the business for confidentiality reasons. But you can see from the tone of the email that, you know, working locally, I only work with people that I know, like, and trust. And I like to enjoy working with my clients. And this particular lady sent me this email the other day after we had set up a local Google AdWords campaign. Now, I'm actually doing some other work for her, which is to do with an online shop. But Google were kind enough to send her a couple of Google AdWords vouchers. You've probably all received them at times in the past and probably done nothing with them. But she'd actually received 2 Google AdWords vouchers, so we decided to set up a quick campaign rather than lose the vouchers. Now, the one thing I should say here is that this campaign was set up very quickly and using only one main keyword for one of their product ranges. Because obviously I was busy with the other work, so we didn't really have time to set up a full campaign. And her, you know, email reads, "Hiya, Steve. So sorry for being quiet. It's been fab here, really busy. Trying to get time to do this website and I'm finding it a little difficult, but I'll get there. I've attached our product of the week, which they're going to be putting up every week. We'll be promoting a product on Facebook and would like to put it on the website also. I've done a tab for it, but I'm not sure how to upload this image. Please would you tell me to do it and tell me how." The whole point of this message was we put a simple Google AdWords campaign up, not even a fully blown campaign, and the amount of phone calls that she had from them, which she knows from asking the people when they phoned the shop, how do you find out about us? And it was all through a very simple Google AdWords campaign. And she was actually apologising for not providing me with some information that I required for her marketing campaign, because she'd been so busy taking the phone calls and the inquiries after the launch of this simple Google AdWords campaign. But what about the cost, you know? Could she possibly make a profit? Because everyone knows, you know, Google AdWords are supposed to be so expensive. All it actually cost to drive real customers who actually parted with money, was £62 for the month. And don't forget, as I already mentioned, she wasn't even paying for this because she'd had 2 Google vouchers worth a total of £100. But just take it. We knew that from this campaign, all she had to do was sell 2 items to be in profit. So as you can see from these figures, she had 86 visits to her website, and for a local business that means real people and genuine inquiries. Talk about target marketing. I'll give you a second example. This is from a company that hires out tool hire equipment in South Wales. And after our first meeting, we decided that a Google AdWords campaign would be the one marketing channel that we could use to drive customers very quickly to their business. Without going into all the detail, because I haven't got time for that here today, but this business had a website that was excellent for the consumer, but lousy as far as Google was concerned, because their website was basically one page. But when you arrived at the page, all of the equipment and the prices for hiring the equipment was displayed, which, as I said, was great for the consumer, because you could see the prices and what they were actually hiring out. But it was lousy for Google AdWords because Google was looking for relevancy and quality, and of course a one-page website just couldn't deliver that. So all we did was created a few more pages as landing pages so that our campaign would have some keyword-rich pages to actually target. So I want you to understand that all we did was add 4 pages to this website, and each of those pages talked about a specific part of the tools that they hired. So it could have been about hammer drill, different types of drilling equipment. It could have been about cement mixing and those sorts of pieces of equipment. 4 pages, that's all we did. Now, I don't want to detract from the training, that we've just started here today, but I'm trying to demonstrate why local business owners need some guidance and help with their marketing. Because with this particular company, we agreed a monthly Google AdWords budget of just £100 a month while they tested the water to see what happened and if it worked for them. The campaign had been running for about 2 weeks, so I decided to ring them to see how the campaign was working out for them. And although I had asked them to track every phone call that they received, over this 2-week period, so that they would know for themselves that the campaign was going to be profitable, when I did call them, they couldn't give me a figure because they were too busy. And what's more, what they actually said to me was, could they cap the budget at £100 because they couldn't cope with any more phone calls or hiring out the equipment. Now, you've got to appreciate it from their point of view. They hire out equipment, the equipment comes back in, they have to refurbish it, clean it before it goes out again. They couldn't cope with the increase in volume of business they were getting from just £100 a month of marketing using Google AdWords. And you can see here in this particular month, they'd had 137 clicks to their website, and all it cost them was £89. Now, I'm not covering the Google AdWords in this 5-step training, but I just wanted to show you that this report shows how local business owners need help with their marketing. And now that I've shared these, 2 examples, you can see why I see local business owners need help. I know because just by looking at this recent report that local business owners are desperately in need of cutting through all the noise and all the confusion. They need some guidance, to help them focus on what will give them results and help their business to grow. And I'm going to do that by putting this together as 5 steps to achieve a constant flow of new customers, new clients, new leads. And I've put together these free training videos. And this is just one small part of what you can do to grow your business. So now that you have some background, let's dive straight in and put these 5 steps, into action. If you want to learn how to put together an all-in-one local business marketing system for free, the 5 simple steps to building your own local marketing system, how to strategically set up a semi-automated marketing system that requires little or no marketing skills. If you want a system that's only going to take you 20 to 30 minutes per day, and it's a marketing system that provides you with a constant flow of new customers or clients. So if you want these things, if you want this system, all you have to do is drop your name and email address in the box below, and you'll have immediate access to the 5 videos that will take you through each step one at a time. And at the end of those 5 steps, you'll be able to implement the marketing that you need to help your business grow, to take the pressure off your marketing, and to allow you to enjoy your business for a change instead of working hard each day in the business. So I hope you come on board. I hope you sign up for the free videos. It's free training, and I really hope it helps you progress. If there's anything I can do to help, you can contact me. I leave the details below. Have a look at the business address below and the telephone number. Ring us, and we'll gladly speak to you. But guys, take the opportunity. Free training, 5 videos, 5 steps to changing your business around. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.